Dressage Superstars, welcome to Dressage Mastery TV Lesson Thursday. We have beautiful Kerry from Canada who is helping us with the horses, and she's going to help us do this video on sitting trot, and this is our gorgeous Frisian mare Gianna. So I actually have a question from Leanne that I would love to answer because it really explains about the sitting trot. So we actually might just go this way. Good girl, and hold. Good. Okay, so her question is, how does she open up the hips in her sitting trot? Because just go ahead, and if I say open your hips, just go and do whatever you think that could be. Perfect. So Kerry has gone and done what she thinks that is, and it actually did happen, which was perfect a little bit. Your heels kind of came down, and if you in riding instruction been told heels down, heels down, heels down, we always get told heels down, heels down, heels down, but go put your heels down more. Good and perfect. So as Kerry tries harder and harder and harder to put her heels down, her leg actually comes more forward, because that's the only physical way she can get this heel down to here, is if she puts her leg forward and pushes that way. So that's all great, but that's not going to get us an effective seat. So what we need to do, I'm just going to move you, is that okay? Is now put your heel down. Just, yeah. Do you see how that pulls you into the saddle rather than that kind of makes you just sit back a little bit? Yeah. So you all would have learnt your ankle, hip and shoulder should all be in line. So you just want to make sure you pick up your leg and you rotate from the hips. That's what I mean by open up the hips. So a really cool stretch is, you know, you've got these ones. I'm not very flexible, so don't do that. And then I really like this one. If you can come and sit down like that. Another one. All invented. I don't know why they were invented, but in my world, they were invented to help you open up your hips. And I also have riders that go, oh, okay, I can open up my hips, but they can't get their legs back around the horse. Like Kerry's very flexible, she's all good, but sometimes you might feel that you're riding and you're kind of like this, and you go, how am I going to get my leg back onto the horse's side? So I always find this stretch is really, really cool if you can do that, because it's obviously opening up your thighs and your hips, but this is how you basically want to ride your horse. You want to be able to have that. Don't they say cowboys look like this? But they actually walk like this. So yeah, that's what you're looking for. So when I say open up my hips, make sure you're not opening up your hips and tilting your pelvis underneath you and shooting your legs forward. That you're sitting there and you're just going, okay, I'm just going to open up my hips. Because do you feel the more you, the more you open up here, do you feel yourself sitting deeper?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to, okay, tighten up your hips and tighten your knee. Do you feel yourself kind of pop out of the saddle a little bit? And dressage is only 2 mils. Anything you do is only 2 mils. Success or failure is 2 mils. So the 2 mils of being up here or sinking down like this is really going to make the difference. So when you're ready, you can walk on. Good, and then what I want you to do is just sitting trot and just do it normally as you would normally. Good. So the biggest thing I see with Kerry is she's good, but I see toes out. I'm just going to, can you just go in front of the camera? Cool. So what I want you to do is try and touch your toes under the horse's belly. Hence that exercise where you open up your hips. You want to be able to, so look at me, Kerry. Sorry, not to go to the camera. You want to turn your toes in like this, because we all ride here because we're stronger on the back of our thighs. So you want to turn your toes in and get stronger on the inside of your thighs. Better. How does that feel?
Very different.
Different. And I always say when you're learning to ride, if you feel uncomfortable, if it feels different, if it feels strange, then that's probably it. Do that. Because if you go to where you're comfortable and you go to where it works, you're doing your comfort zone, you're doing what you always did, and you're not going to create change. Now the only other thing, do you feel, just take one hand off her reins and feel this part of your back. Do you feel how there's a gap, there's a curve there? Yep, so keep your hand there, and what I want you to do is flatten out that curve by pulling your tummy into your spine. Yep, and I want you to rub your spine up against a blackboard with no curve. Perfect. Yep. So now, yep, keep sitting trot, flatten out your curve, flatten out your curve. Ah, Flatten out your curve. Feel weird? Okay, so because there's that curve, what you're doing is sitting too much on, your pelvis is tilted this way and you're sitting too much like on your fork. So you again, look at me, you want to pick up your pelvis, tilt it underneath you, and then your two seat bones can connect with the horse's back and you can rub your back up against the blackboard. Yeah. Good. And it's not perfect yet. I wish I was that awesome a coach that I could go, oh, just do these 3 things and now you sit trot like Isabel Worth. But I know the biomechanics of where your body has to go to be able to go with the horse. So the more you work on flattening your spine, the more you work on your abs, the more you work on your toes, that will help you achieve a sitting trot with your horse. Okay, you can have a walk. So I trust you enjoyed. Let us know if you need any help. Remember, we have month 1 of Dressage Mastery Academy for only $1, and in there there's over an hour worth of content around seat, sitting trot, going with your horse and everything that you need. So if you're interested, check that out on www.dressagemastery.com. Have a super week and I'll see you next week. Bye.